episode number 9 now. We're getting through these weeks. Today is day number 1 of coming back into sort of regular programming. Trained 5 days last week. I took the Friday session off, as you guys would have seen, and we're back into the swing of things now. So we've changed some things around with the programming. I'm going to get in more into that in a bit more of a sit-down format to talk you through sort of my re-engagement with some programming, powerlifting style programming. But yeah, I'm excited to re-engage with some of the principles that I used to employ, and I've sort of cherry-picked a few that I did successfully. And a part of those was sort of the primer Larsen press. So yesterday you would have seen I did some primer Larsen pressing, just some easy sets of 5 after my squats for today. A little bit rickety today compared to what I normally would be for this day 1. Look, it is only week 1 of the block, and I am trying out that sort of Larsen pressing again on the day prior. I know I can handle that sort of volume as I did the sort of 55 days in a row benching, so I know I can recover back-to-back benching days, but it's all just about getting my body primed for that again. So it might take a few weeks to get used to that, but I think it will hold true in the long run if I just stick with it. For the time being, I'll keep on keeping on with this bench, and hopefully these next 3 sets start to feel a little bit better than what I've just been dealing with. I did also try out the fat pad benching today, and that didn't work out too well. So anyway, I'll get back to our regular scheduled benching and finish off this aspect. Then I'm over there doing my upper body bodybuilding stuff that we always do. That's pretty much going to stay the same. So anyway, I'll get back into it. Okay, we are on our way down to the gymnasium for squat day number 2 this week, and we're doing a 2x3 followed by a 2x5 paused, all low bar, so that'll be a bit of fun. Yeah, this week we're back sort of on this more powerlifting style of training. I've obviously the last 9-10 weeks I've been doing powerlifting training again, by way of doing more lower body stuff again, and doing squats a couple of times a week. But this time we've gone into slightly more of a powerlifting style training by doing, on Monday we did some Larsen press, and today we've got some snatch grip RDLs as well after our squats. So getting a bit more hinge work in there as well. So definitely starting to work in more and more comp specific or variation specific volume as well. So enjoying sort of building my capacity back up on those movements for the time being. Look at this show. They're back, they're here. All right, we'll get into the gym and get onto legs.
I do.
second squat day of the week. As you guys can see, we've got some RDLs set up in the background. They're going to be some snatch grip RDLs, which I haven't done in a number of years. So going to give those a crack. They're a good load limiting variation, which is kind of what I need. So to reflect on today, the lower, that right hip again continues to be buggery. I don't know what it is. It all started with that deadlift session, you know, a couple of Saturdays ago, where I sort of felt that real tightness come back. I'm still dealing with it. I'm not fucking happy about it, but I'm just trying to do what I can to try and train around it for the time being, or train through it, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just making sure that we're getting some leg volume in. Look, today was still good, and I still hit the numbers that I wanted to, but I could just feel it. So it's tough at the moment to discern whether it's, you know, just a real mental thing, or whether it's a combination of physical and mental, or what. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm just trying to figure out what to do about it. So anyway, I'll keep doing some snatch grip deadlifts. It does flare up when I am going through hip extensions, so who knows how this will go. But yeah, I'll try and sort of cut the reps probably a bit short, and just try and stay in the hamstrings as much as possible. So anyway, we'll give it a crack. Okay, we are here on day number 4 of the week. Today was bench day. I got to the 6th set of my 8 sets of 2 today, and I thought I'd play around and just have a bit of experimental time with the sort of back end of my 8x2, and then I turned that into that never next set to a sort of a wide grip bench press, sort of going back to my finger on the ring, my index finger on the ring. Type of wide grip bench pressing, just for a bit of an experimental play around. Did a set of 4 there with 152.5 straight off the rip, which was quite good. Backed it up with another set of 2 that was really quite quick, again with 152.5. Then I did some singles at 170, again with that same wide grip, just playing around. Look, it wasn't perfect, and it wasn't really anything that I necessarily wanted to do, but it worked out quite well, just doing that and getting a few reps in with sort of a wider grip. So anyway, now it's time to go and do some shoulder work. See you later. Enjoy. Now it's time to go and do some shoulder work. I'm going to do some dumbbell pressing. I'll do some back work as well. Our normal 3-way superset, which includes some shoulders. And then I'll do another round of some, what have I got today? I think a bit of additional tricep work maybe. And yeah, so we'll hit that too. So should be a good little accessory session. I've had to change some of my accessories around just because I've moved some things around to do this 5-day-a-week structure. So I'll have to wait and see how these accessories go. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we recover tomorrow anyway. My chest has been pretty sore all week, so I don't have a lot of faith in recovery for tomorrow's. I think I've got a 4x4 or a 5x4 or something tomorrow after deadlift. So anyway, we'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. But insofar as this part of the session, we are complete, and we'll go over there and pump out some. Maybe why don't we go up to some 45s today? I don't know. We want to try and hit the shoulders hard, especially if we're going to play around with some of this wider grip bench pressing technique. So anyway, let's get to it. Not too many clients come to me and then it all costs 30 grand for us to sit out, sign a contract. But
they would invest there to go to give it to you, right?
Yeah, I should start doing fucking napkins and fucking 3-course dinners with my contract signings and start charging customers 30 grand.
Consultations?
Yeah. That's a business model.
noticed. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
Your camera was there, so you won't see it.
Yeah.
But you were like,
I'm so skewed.
you were like that.
Yeah. I the bar rock.
My shoulders usually stay for
Yeah, right here. I'm feeling very good.
Start using more chest. Do one.
Fuck yeah. Might do this like one good thing, maybe one session a week, and then do the other sessions like my normal. Because clearly I build a lot of strength benching the other way, and then this session could just be, or like one of the sessions could just be like a strength expression session, where I'm just like fucking around with this technique. Could be a good way of doing it. So I don't lose
You
it.
build strength from that,
Like, you do, but not as much. It's more positional strength. Like,
for that position.
yeah. Where the other one, I'll build a bigger chest doing my normal bench. Yeah.
Yes, a little bit light.
If you do it and go in there, you'll probably too much. Yeah. Too much. What the fuck are you doing that? Do 4 again.
Feels good. Right, it's been a couple of weeks since I've actually properly closed out one of these vlogs, so I thought I'll do it for week 9. Yeah, this week was a bit of a strange week. I ended up having a lot of those issues with that hip sort of still continuing. The upside was we did manage to get through the entire week, and look, our squats, we hit all the numbers that we wanted to hit. It just wasn't comfortable. And the deadlift, I just pulled right back and did 6 sets of 3, which, you know, is probably a rep scheme I might adopt for the time being, just so I'm getting some volume in, but I'm at least doing it at a lower RPE, and I'm not, you know, going to compromise position by doing some forced reps at the end of a set that I shouldn't be doing. So I'll probably end up doing it that way. So that's going to be at least probably the load management strategy for deadlifts for the time being. It's not that it really flares up on deadlifts any more than squats. It kind of flares up similar-ish, but I just seem to be able to handle a heavier load on squat for the time being. So I'll probably just keep doing that. As for the bench press, the big wins for this week realistically was the fact that we were able to go wide for the first time. I experimented with that on the Thursday, and that it yielded some half decent results on the Thursday session. And then when I tried it again on the Friday session, so the very next day, I was able to do that 4x4 at 160 kilos after doing a set of 4 already with 150 kilos. So that was a really positive sign. That was a personal best in the bench press for any sort of volume, really. So, and by quite a bit, I think by about 5 kilos. So, and a pretty good RPE for most of the sets, other than that one where my wrist wrap come undone. So overall, really happy with this week when I focus on the bench press gains. So yes, the squats and stuff aren't flash, and look, I've played around with some programming stuff that I'll continue to get into, and I'll continue to play around with even today as I sort of revisit my programming. So I'll have a bit of a look again at how we might be able to deal with the programming aspect of it and try and continue to address this sort of hip issue. But look, it took a few weeks to clear up back before I actually started this vlog series, because that's what I was sort of hesitant of originally starting this vlog series with my comeback, was because it actually started flaring up week 2 back in the gym. And it took, you know, probably all of week 2 and all of week 3 to clear up. So hopefully this week it starts to clear up, and I'm still trying to figure out what my triggers are, why it's doing it, and you know, it just keeps being a work in progress. But anyway, this will probably do us for week 9. Week 10, I'll play around and I'll try and get a bit more gym talk going on as well, just trying to cover off what I'm actually doing, you know, day to day rather than just these recaps. But anyway, that'll do for this week, week 9, and see you in week 10.